Yep. I'm not saying anything. He's talking about I can't hear anything. I didn't say anything. Um, all right, hold on. All right, wait, what was his question again? I forgot that dude's username. Um, all right, so I'm gonna share my screen right quick. Um, let's see here. All right, that should be good. Y'all can see my screen. I'm recording it for you guys too, if you guys want to go back and watch it. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the dude that just previously asked, he was like, "Oh, he predicts things, or he tries to predict where the market is going, so it kind of messes with his psychology, or essentially that's what it's gonna do." But what I want people to understand is like you, like coming from day trading, on a day-to-day basis to like becoming a full like swing trader, because now like that's all I like to do is swing trade. I would definitely say that you have to trust like the basics of a trend. So basically what I was saying earlier is like if price makes a higher high, then you know that there's going to be a moment in this trend. So let's say if price makes a higher high, right? You know that there's going to be some point, it might not be the same day, it might not be the same week, depending on what time frame you're on, right? There's no telling, but there's no telling when, but price is going to look to make that higher low. And that's just what price needs. There needs to be some type of correction in the market for price to be regulated. It needs to level out. And then once price makes that level, it's going to look to push higher, right? Essentially, that's the goal. So if a trend is trending, right? So if it's an uptrend, downtrend, doesn't matter, right? I can flip it upside down, and it doesn't matter, right? This can tell you can tell how long I've been using TradingView. But yeah. So if price makes one or the other, then it's looking to make so if price makes the higher high, if you see a higher high displayed in the market, it will make a higher low eventually, right? Vice versa, if price makes that higher low, this is going to tell you, hey, price is going to look to make that higher high. So I'm gonna show you an example. Not Nasdaq. Nasdaq is ass. I don't know why you guys are trading that this year. I don't know. Do your own thing, you know? I'm gonna show you a prime example, right? I'll switch to BTC. All right, let's see this, right? So, matter of fact, let's just do like the previous day, right? So we have, oh no, I can do it on a daily time frame, matter of fact. And I can pull up Telegram right quick because I show like a before and after, and I just want to truly explain this to you guys, right? I want to show you guys this stuff. So, all right, remember these gold buys, right? This is literally me explaining it on whatever day this was. I'm pretty sure I like told you guys the day. But yeah, this is like the other day on gold. And gold had, let's go to this. Oh yeah, here it goes right here. Gold one day time frame, so the daily time frame, price already had made the high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So essentially what we can already assume price is going to do is make the higher high, right? And I know it's like pretty self-explanatory, but I think people overlook the simplicity of trading and simplicity of what you're actually doing. So I'm gonna just kind of ramble on a little bit more. If you look at the actual chart that you're trading, if you look at the things that you're actually trading, you know that when price is trending, it's normally going in one direction, one solid direction. So, with that being said, your main focus of trading should not be how can I get a piece of the pie, but how can I put myself in a position where I'm a part of whatever the market is doing. That's what separates a lot of people. That's what made me want to become a swing trader full time. Like I was like, okay, let me not just want to do this every single day, wake up every single day trying to chase a trade or trying to find a trade. How can I put myself in a position where I'm holding a trade and I'm a part of whatever trend is going on? And to be honest, people that say like they want to trade like the banks and all this and that, like the banks are pretty much holding positions from months ago, right? They're still holding positions probably on buys for gold. You just never know um when it comes to that. But to get back to what I was saying. Wait, is my mic broken? Yo, can you guys hear me? Yo, somebody said, are you sure? Good. All right, calm, calm, calm. All right, so with all this being said, right? I want you guys to really like, I know it's, bro, trust me, I know it's fucking hard. I had to get through that shit. In the beginning, you're just like, I need bread now. I need money now. So let me try to do this like day trading every day and yada yada, whatever the case might be. But I kid you not, like the more you wait for that good setup to put yourself in, and it's most likely going to be on a higher time frame, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but it just has to make sense, right? It has to make sense. Like you can't be trading every single day hoping that the trade that you're in is going to pay you out that day. You have to be looking for what kind of trend is the market on? What is the market conditions like right now, right? I haven't placed a trade on gold yet. I closed my gold buys yesterday, right? And I'm just looking at the market. I haven't placed the trade. I'm just patiently waiting, right? And what I'm thinking now, and it's kind of my mindset, is like price made all-time highs here. So, well, not all-time highs, but it ended up leveling out here. So there's sellers obviously here, right? Sellers are obviously at this level, right? I can drag this over, whatever the case might be. So if I know that price is going to equal out up here, so I know price is no longer trying to go above this level, there's no signs that price is telling me that it wants to go above this level, then my buys should be out the window right now. So now I'm not going to instantly think sales, but what I'm going to do is then look, okay, if price sold from here, when did it buy up again, right? So then you can mark this, right? I mark closed candles because I feel like closed candles to me kind of tells me like, hey, this is like a done deal. Like this is a done deal. Wicks to me is more of like price tried to push here, but ended up getting bought back up. So it was like, but it ended up closing out here. So that's what I like to do, right? So we can drag this across, do whatever. But this is only a meaning, right? And it doesn't have to be a perfect box as long as you understand that there's buyers here and there's sellers here, right? This is telling me that there's buyers here, there's sellers here. In between this level, price is trying to find which direction. Am I skipping? Bro, all right. The internet is bad. Okay. All right. Um, so all this is meaning is buyers are here. So when I say buyers are here, this doesn't mean that you buy price at this level. This is essentially meaning that there's a strong amount of orders that are buys, right? So that means think about it like this. There's a Discord here and a Discord here. This Discord wants to sell, this Discord wants to buy down here. Everybody here is just waiting to buy price. Everybody up here is closing out of their trades and selling price, short selling price, and they just want price to go down. Whenever price gets here, they want price to go down. Whenever price gets here, they want price to go up. So, if that is the case, once price already equaled out up here, which was yesterday or the day before, right? Once price got up to here and equaled out, this showed me that one, if price wanted to go in the uptrend, so once again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier with the higher high and higher low thing, right? Higher high, higher low, equal high. This is now showing us that price does not want to go any higher. He said, respect the wicks. I don't know about that. Don't disrespect the wicks. I really just don't like, you know what? That's another topic for another day. Um, But whenever price equaled out here, and before the session started, you can see that price stalled for one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oops, six, seven. It stalled for like 8 hours before price ended up selling back off, which was right around New York session, right? This is right around New York session. But with all that being said, this shows that sellers are here and there's buyers here. This shows also that there's no price or the price is not trying to create a higher high. So then what price is going to do is it's going to react to that. It's going to be like, oh shit, I can't buy up. So let me try to sell off. That's kind of what trading has a weird way of doing things. If it doesn't want to buy, then it's going to try to sell. And if it doesn't want to sell, it's going to try to buy. It's like a weird thing. So if you can see here, price ended up having that reaction and selling, right? And then we started selling off for a bit, and then it got to a level where there were strong amount of buyers. Once these strong amount of buyers came in, it was like, oh shit, we can't break past this. So now let me try to buy. But all this is, all I'm trying to get you to understand is like in between these two zones, Price is now trying to fight for who's going to be in more control. So essentially, my mindset is okay, if Price is moving like this now, all this is essentially a no trade zone. Why would I think that, right? Why would I think that? Because there's a bunch of sellers here and there's a bunch of buyers here. So now price is fluctuating in between here, and there's nobody in more control than the other compared to the prior week, right? So this is this week, right? Or we're just gonna mark this so I can make it simple. So notice here when price is sold off every time it got to this level, it's sold off here and it's sold off here, right? It tried to come up a little bit, sold off a bit more. But as soon as price came back above this level, where sellers were in control from this price, they was in control from here, and they pushed price down to here, right? And they keep trying to push price down. Even from these levels, they're trying to push price down, right? So the moment price comes above here, bulls have full control of the market, so they're going to push price however they want to push price and how fast they want to push price. Wait, is my shit? Are y'all trolling me, bro? We done crashed his live. All right, bro. Y'all are trolling, bro. I just want to make sure you guys get this information because you really do have to trust the higher time frames. Like you really just have to trust it. Like I know it's hard in the beginning. You're kind of skeptical, whatever the case might be, but I'm telling you, if you just try it this way, right? Let's do it this way, right? Everybody in here, if you're pretty much not understanding it, what I want you to do is I want you not now. I want you to trade off like the 4 hour time frame. Trade off like the 4 hour time frame, um, and probably the 1 hour time frame, right? Trade off the 4 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame. But every time you see price make a, let's say you're on an uptrend, right? So let's do it this way. Maybe this could help you. Let's say if price makes a new high, right? And then it corrects, right? The moment that it stops correcting, I want you guys to do this. And I know it's going to be a little bit risky, but what you could do is you can try it on demo, you can try it with a super small lot, whatever the case might be, but try it this way. Whenever price gets done with making this higher low, right? The slightest bullish movement that you see, right? I want you guys to just place the buy trade, right? Place it, just place it, right? And what I want you to do is the previous level, that was the level of support. So whatever consider, so this would be the low, and then this would be the higher low. So I want you guys to just put your stop loss there, right? About to become liquidity? Nah, 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 nah. I just want you guys to see, because I want you guys to see what like it feels like to be in a trade and trusting because you're at this point you're just going to have to necessarily trust that the price is once again you're going to get in when price is going back bullish. I'm not just telling you place the trade as soon as price is correcting. I'm saying once price starts building back bullish, don't wait for anything, just place it. That's all I'm saying. He's like, no bro, listen to me, bro, I'm trying to help you guys, bro, because I don't know any other way to explain it, bro. I just don't know any other way to explain it. I just don't know any other way to explain it, bro. Cause like, cause people was asking me about cause I had got into buys here and price sold a little bit, and people were getting scared, right? People were getting scared, but on the daily time frame, we already had made the high, right? We already made the high, price corrected, and people were getting scared, like, oh my gosh, is price selling off? And the higher low is down here. How could it sell off if structure is built like from down here? Price has to sell all the way off and break this level in order for price to go back bearish. even now, I still don't think price is bearish on gold because this is the last level of support that we bought off of. The only reason I feel like gold is struggling now, and the reason why you shouldn't be trading it, is because it's at this high where there are sellers are at. Sellers are up here, right? So now you're going to need a little bit more confirmation. That's why price is stalling like that, right? Price is stalling like that because it's so close to the level, a huge level of sellers. Look what happened. All I'm doing is looking at a previous reaction and just going based off the market like that. So if you see over here, the reaction that came the first time, super strong. Second reaction, super strong, sell off, almost what you would call a sell off, right? So price is reacting that way because there's a strong amount of sellers here. So that's why you're seeing like a bit of fluctuation, but that doesn't necessarily mean price is bullish or bearish, right? So with all that being said, I personally still feel like the daily time frame is bullish. Here's our look. Here is our high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Our higher high in this direction. So we're not even looking at this over here. We're not looking at this. We're just looking at what's going on right here, right? So we have our higher high, higher low, higher high. So now all this fluctuation could just be a setup for price to build back up, right? To build back up that bullish trend. Or it could sell off. It could fail to make a new high. It could go down a little bit, come back up to fail to make a new high. But you know what all this is going to do? It's just going to show you this on the 1 hour time frame. You're going to see this where price come here, boom. You're going to see price break under here. It's going to break under here, pull back, correct, whatever it can retest, whatever you want to call it, pull back, and then it's going to come back down. And you're going to see that on the daily time frame. But you're not going to see it right now. You're not going to see it so fast, which is why I'm trying to tell you guys to like trust the higher time frame. So once you start getting those clues, once you start getting those clues on the 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, just trust it. Just trust what you're seeing is going to play out for the longer term. So if price goes bearish on gold right now, right? And you start to see that on a 1 hour or 4 hour time frame where price is breaking a level where buyers were holding up. So if it's breaking that level now, we're just going to make this like red. And price is now breaking that level, then we know that this is becoming bearish, which then we can start to assume that all this is becoming bearish for the longer period of time. I'm not talking about, I personally don't want to talk about NASDAQ. It just looks super choppy. But this call was just really to answer that one question, but I'll answer some more questions. If you have solid questions, solid questions. I only trade gold, guys, and we could talk about BTC. Well, BTC is not really doing much. It's just really stalling, to be honest, but price keeps making a level of resistance up here. So sellers are kicking in every time price hits this 100 and 95K. So every time it hits 95K, it keeps having a strong level of sellers come in. So hopefully we can break this support level where buyers are holding up. So as you can see, buyers keep coming into the market trying to buy price up from here. So if buyers get pushed out, so right now, technically in a no trade zone, but the moment price breaks under this level of support, I personally think is going to 75K, 74K. But if it breaks above here, then it's going to go back up most likely. Damn. Hold on. How from the do you have to decide to enter? Is there a percentage? I've never explained anything like that. I think you're thinking too deep into it. A percentage from buying from the all-time high? Sounds a little complex. Wait, exit strategy? Exits are crazy. I mean, exits are easy. I don't know why I said crazy. Um, Whenever you're buying price, you want to take it to seller. So like I close out of, so I'm gonna give you another prime example again. I close out of gold. Let's go back to the one. Let's go to the 1 hour, right? I closed out of gold. So price bought up and then I closed out of gold here. When price came up here and stalled here, I closed out of gold because essentially when you're buying price, so when you have a buy lot in or you have a buy contract or whatever, you're taking it to a level of sellers. So if you know there's a level of sellers here, You're trading your contract, you're trading your lot size to them, right? You're trading it to them. That's how I want you to think of it. So whenever you're in a buy trade, you can't hear me? Wait, no way. Yo, testing, testing. Yo. All right. Um, Whenever you're buying price, you're taking it to a seller zone or you're taking it to a seller's area, vice versa. So whenever you're selling price, you're taking it to a buy level. So all you're doing is when you're getting into your trade, let's say if you got into this trade right here, right? Let's say if you got into this trade, boom, you're buying price. You think price is going to go up. You're just going to take it to wherever the last level of sellers were. So wherever a strong level of sellers were, that's where you're taking it to. Bro, why are you guys spamming the chat, bro? Mm, I'm just searching through the questions. There's no valid questions. Explain how entries don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be. That's what I was trying to get you guys to understand. Your entries don't have to be like fucking spot on, perfect, no drawdown, whatever the case might be. Because if you're I don't trade US 30. Okay. You guys are not asking anything, so it's just like I can't help you guys if you guys are not. You're saying, "Oh, do I trade US 30?" I told you I've said multiple times I don't trade anything but gold and BTC this year. You guys are asking me if I'm trading the 1 hour time frame. I told you guys I already trade the 4 hour and 1 hour time frame. Some of these questions are like the same questions. How do you handle poor confidence? I'm scared to enter. I pretty much explained why you shouldn't be scared to enter. It's really just trusting a higher time. Hold on. I gotta put this on slow mode. This shit is going too fast. Hold on. One sec. Be right back. How was the drive? There's hella traffic out there. So I don't like going outside, bro. Anyways. Um, all right, hold on. Let me read this now. It's on slow mode. How to mark up? Marking up is pretty easy. What do you think about December? Do I use? No, no. You got to be trolling with the fibs question. I don't use fibs. The month. So not to discredit anybody or to try to debunk anybody's way of thinking, but me personally, I used to be big on not trading Mondays and thinking it was low volume, but I think it's a season for everything, but it's so unpredictable. That's kind of like where it kind of stands with trading. So there could be times where you're like, oh, price is not gonna move because it's holidays or whatever the case might be or whatever. So you try to stay away from the markets. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. I think you should just take it day by day, and just kind of look at the markets day by day. If it moves, it moves. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And you just have to accept that. Be prepared for everything and anything. The one quality trait that you need as a trader is adaptability. and just not being attached to anything. So some people kind of come into this month of December being like, "Oh, the year is closing, so I'm gonna just stay back from the markets." And then you have days where price moves tremendously, and you could have caught a trade or whatever the case might be. So me personally, I don't think that way anymore. I definitely used to. I used to be like, "Oh, let me not trade Fridays. Let me not trade Mondays. Let me not trade on news days." And I stopped looking at news because it used to bring anxiety to me. And just overall news is just really showing me that price is just high volume at that time, right? News is just bringing high volume. Yo, if you're spamming the same sense, the same shit, you're getting banned. If you're spamming the same shit, I'm banning you, bro. That's kind of annoying. What do I think about January 6th? Why do I feel like January 6th is like a cut rate? I mean Fed rates. Whatever the fuck it's called again. What are some good beginner tickers to use for future? I personally, well, I trade CFDs. I prefer CFDs because you don't have to buy contracts. And once again, I like trading overseas due to the fact that I don't have to worry about the US regulations and fucking taxes and just a whole bunch of other shit, right? I don't have to worry about that. So CFDs works best for me. I can place the lots that I want, so I can place however much I want without having to buy a contract at whatever price they're selling the contract for. But I would definitely tell people all the time to trade something that is constantly getting invested into. So trade gold, trade silver, trade BTC, any type of crypto, trade Nasdaq, trade Dow Jones, trade SPX, trade these things. But like I said, this year, SPX, ES, whatever you want to call it, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, I personally think that it hasn't been the best year for those things. Like, even though there has been some good moves, I personally don't think that this year was this year. I've definitely, because I've traded, like, I know because I've traded, well, I wouldn't say like, oh, I know everything, but I've traded NASDAQ for 3 years. And coming on to this fourth year of me trading, it hasn't really given me the same thing as I was used to before. It's been a lot slower than what I'm used to. So I would definitely say that Nasdaq this year has been a lot different, which is why I switched to trading gold. I think a lot of people are putting money into gold and pulling money out of gold. So this year gold has been really good for me. It's not slow, it's just messy. Yeah, it's very all over the place. So I would prefer something that trends, right? And not to get you wrong, look at this, right? So if we go to the daily time frame here, right? Look at gold, right? There was a time and a place because my last trade on NASDAQ was in May. It was like May 12th or something like that. It was back on my Twitter. But I was posting about how Trump was manipulating the stocks or whatever the case might be when he was like, "Oh, buy stocks now, sell stocks here, this and that." He was manipulating. Stopped trading stocks after I stopped trading NASDAQ after that day. Right? I stopped trading after that day, NASDAQ, and that was back in May. And then I started trading gold right around that time. And as you can see, we can literally see here right around May. So right around this May, it was a bunch of consolidation, small uptrends in here because this is the daily time frame. So there's small uptrends in here that I was being able to catch, like a small uptrends here and there. But once price kind of broke out that September, so I can literally pull up. Hold on. Hurting. Mm. Hold on. One sec. I can literally show you guys the differences. All right. So August, what was this? July. Yeah, I started trading gold right around July, and it was good days. Like Literally right around like yeah, right around just July mark is when I started trading gold. I traded the downtrend and I traded the uptrend too, right? And there's been volume. Like look at this, like what I'm trying to get you to understand is there's been volume in this market. There's been money to be made in this market the whole time. And that's what I traded pretty much the whole year. I traded that the whole year and still trading it now to this day, currently, right? And it was just like when I came to NASDAQ, it was like we had that, but at what cost, right? We had markets when it shot down, and we had times where it kind of shot up, whatever this was. There's markets like I prefer trading like there was days where price would move just a tad bit. Like these are days by the way. So this means days wasn't even moving. Like look at these candles compared to gold candles, right? Where price is giving you good volume throughout the day, like this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle. These are good days. These are green push days. Like, look at these candles. These are not short candles. These days were consolidation. So consolidation, 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 right? But then you had a good push, a retrace, and yeah, it just this was the better market. So honestly, if I was to tell anybody, sorry I made the answer long, but I would suggest trading gold when the time comes for NASDAQ or when the time comes for, trading Dow Jones or whatever the case might be, the time will be there. But I think this year's trend has definitely been gold, especially with gold breaking all-time highs for the first time and like it's been the move. It just clicked in my head. Um, all right, so let me answer another question. Sorry, I got off track. I'm gonna keep the question short. I'm gonna answer short. Does gold futures work as the same thing? Um, do I trade platinum? No, I don't trade platinum. What about 1 minute, 5 minute MSS entry? Huh? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh wait, are you trying to say minutes? I don't know what because you already said minute and then you said MS. I don't know what that means. You think it's good for sales? Best broker to begin with. There's no best broker. You just have to find what you like. It took me a year and some change, almost 2 years to find what broker I wanted to go with. I would really recommend just creating a bunch of accounts and just seeing what you like the most. Because some people feel like they can't trade without MT5, and some people love trading without MT5. It just depends on whatever you want to trade with, to be honest. Why did I choose Liquid? I've been trading with Liquid for 3 years. They was regulated in Australia, so that was like a plus for me because I've gotten scammed twice from brokers. I gotten scammed twice from brokers, and I think at the time that I was in a hard place with a brokerage. It was Hugo's Way at the time, and they had like 500K, right around 500K that they wasn't trying to give me. I was going through a pretty rough time because I wanted that 500K and they wasn't giving it to me. And then somebody told me about Liquid, so you know. Um, I remember dusty ass Hugo's Way. Yeah. There's no best broker, guys. Like there is no you can't sue an unregulated broker. It's just like it's no hope. Um you can't sue because like unregulated it's like a whole like it's kind of like going into the casino and gambling all your money at that point. Like there's no refund, but there's no best broker. Find whatever you want to trade with because some people want to trade futures, some people want to trade CFDs. Find what works for you. Um, when I did my trade yesterday, it looked like it was bearish. So does my time frame has to be higher to see which way the trend is going. I don't know how to answer that question. I mean, depending on what time frame you was looking at, possibly. I don't know how people were seeing bearish on gold though, because yeah, that's besides the point. Look, price hasn't gone anywhere, right? If you know here, right? I'm gonna explain this really quick. If you know here is the highest level of buyers or highest level of sellers, and then you know sellers sold to this price here, right? Even if you was to try to sell price here, this would have only just been an indication of price selling. This would have just been an indication of price selling. So you would have never sold in the first place, which is why that continuation in part is very, very important because you won't be getting faked out by things like this. There's no best, I don't know. There's no best of anything. There's no best prop firm. There's no best broker. There's no best way of doing things. There's no best time frame. You just gotta do. Y'all stressing me out. There's no best anything. You just have to try shit. You just have to try it. You guys are making me angry. You just have to try it, bro. Just try whatever. Make it like just try it. If it works, you like it, keep doing it. If it works, you like it, keep doing it. There's no best anything. Just try it. Try it all. Because I might think one restaurant is good, but you might not think the restaurant is good. So just try whatever you like to fucking eat or whatever you want, bro. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I just don't know. Like, there's no best way of doing anything, right? There's no best time frames. There's no best broker. There's no best prop firms. There's no best trading video. There's like, bro, there's no best entry, best stop loss. There's none of that, bro. There's no perfect anything, bro. You just try it. And if it works, you work, it works, and you keep doing it. If it works, it works. That's how the world works. If something works, you just keep doing it, right? That's like literally think of fucking social media, right? If a social media video pops off, they just keep doing the same shit. That's why there's one trick ponies out here. Because people keep just doing the same shit over and over because it works. It's the same way with anything else. If it works, it works. So just keep doing it, right? What if I'm new to this and dumb? I'm gonna log off. Why you laughing there, bro? It's not funny, bro. Bro, I be trying to help these niggas, bro. Like, bro, I don't understand. Bro, stop laughing, bro. What are CFDs? It's just like futures, but instead you're placing lots instead. Um, okay. I know some people want to ask if price has a low that pushes up to a high, the indication. So I'm essentially assuming that he's marking, but what you're marking are not swing highs or swing lows. Is that BTC? Are you marking up BTC? I think you're marking up BTC. That definitely looks like BTC on a daily time frame. I wouldn't look at this as a higher. I think I would have just been looking at this as like a high. This could have been the highest high in this area. And I would just been looking at prices that, but this overall would have just made me take this off anyways. If price equaled out here, this would have made me take this off. And then this is something that I would possibly look at because this was a level that price was buying off of. So, I mean, I don't know where Clara is. I don't know what. I just buy gold. Okay. Like, what? 100. I'm from the log off. $100 live account or $100 prop account. Brother, can you mark up Nas how we can deal with the consolidation? You don't trade in consolidation. It's pointless to trade in consolidation. Why would you trade in consolidation? You only trade when price is trending, so you can catch the trend. I feel like you guys are just rage baiting me at this point. Wait, wait, where's that one question I just seen? Do you ever enter at the beginning of a higher low instead of the usual? Yeah, sometimes I do. That's what I was telling everybody else earlier. Is like sometimes when price is finishing making that higher low, I'll just enter off the higher low because price is looking to make that higher high. I'm willing to take the loss if it doesn't make the higher high, but at least I know that price is going to try to go in that direction anyway. So what's the bitter truth about the harsh reality about trading? Probably that the higher time frame is the most important time frame of all. I would definitely say that in the beginning I thought it was like 5 minute, 1 minute time frames, um, and just trying to trade as fast as possible, get as much money as possible. But I noticed that I made more money off of trading the higher time frames than trading the smaller time frames. That's all he says. Wait, what do you mean? I mean, it's true. How to get the hose. What does she mean by that? Sorry, I'm just trying to read these questions. Your entry comes from after a higher low or a lower low is confirmed. Sheesh. Why don't I trade silver? I don't know. I just like trading gold. Uh, I don't like trading silver, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an accountant, bro. I'm not an accountant. Get an accountant if you feel like you're struggling with taxes or you need advice on the taxes. Get an accountant. Sorry, I'm not somebody that does taxes. Do it look like I'm over here wearing fucking glasses, staring at my fucking accounts, trying to be like, oh, bro, what am I gonna save money on today? No, just hire a fucking accountant, bro. If you feel like you, if you feel, if you feel like you're gonna need to worry about taxes, just hire an accountant. That's like saying like, oh shit, I gotta go out of town, but who's gonna take care of my dog? You just hire a fucking dog sitter. Yo, yes. Huh? No, my crib is clean. Uh, anyways, I got. Can you give me an example of entering a higher low on 1 hour time frame? It doesn't matter what time frame you enter off on, but I would suggest looking at this video. I would just go watch this video again. That's like the full breakdown of a higher low being formed in live time. So literally I'm recording it as it's happening and what it would look like if I was entering in at a higher low without the in or with the intentions that price is going to make that higher high. Yo. You gotta like I just want you guys to read like just look at the room, bruh, and just know you gotta be 18 to trade. You gotta be over the age of 18 to trade. So look at some of the responses that you get and then think about that. But I love you guys. Hope I was able to answer something. Like some of you guys are just asking the same questions. Can you explain again what would likely happen on the 1 hour for gold? My wife, he jumped out a bit. Y'all be trolling me, bro. I'm trying to help you guys. You guys be trolling me. Loki finna retire next year for real. Tired of social media. Or what? No, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. But so like I was saying earlier, so all you need to do is buyers are here, sellers are here, right? All you're doing now is waiting for, so we already have an indication actually. Wait, no, we don't. So if we was looking at this, we know buyers are here, sellers are here. So in between these levels, all you're doing is waiting for price to build up past either above either one of these levels to show you that price is indicated to go up in that direction. Honestly, it's pretty self-explanatory from there. LOL. I don't care about social media, bro. Don't care about nor fucking trades. I don't care about people tagging me in a fight. I don't care, to be honest. I really don't care. I think Forex pairs is I just feel like Forex pairs is just two government currencies battling against each other. So basically like a government going against another government to see which one is going to be worse than the other. But when it comes to like gold or crypto or like Nasdaq or something, these are things that investors pretty much all over the place, all over the world, is basically investing their money into, which is liquidity and volume. So that's bringing a lot of volume to the table, which then becomes something you can trade. You trade volume, you're trading liquidity, you're trading basically the price movements. Overall is volume. You're trading the volume of the trend. So I feel like you'll never really wake up one day and the US is just 10 times better than the euro dollar. I'm at the euro currency, right? The US dollar will never just one day wake up. You'll wake up and it's $15 more than the euro or whatever the case might be. You get what I'm saying? But you can wake up one day and BTC is at 150K in one candle because some big buyer bought the hell of it or whatever. I'm just giving an example, but you get what I'm saying? Something that you can invest into and people are constantly investing to is volume for the market. That's where you need to be trading. You need to be trading things that has volume. I'm probably going to live stream next year. You want to know what's so funny to me? Um, what's going on with this Top Step thing? I keep seeing Top Step, Top Step, Top Step. What's going on with this? I'm not tapped in, obviously. I guess I'm an unk because I'm just not tapped in. They crashed today. I just keep seeing that. I've seen it all over Twitter. I've seen it all over Instagram. I'm just super not like I kid you not. I don't be inside of the trading space at all. Someone said you work for Top Step. I'm dead. Somebody said I was an inside trader one time. Somebody said my parents was rich. Some people say I'm a scam. People say a lot of things, bro. People just people just literally type shit on the inst. People literally type shit because they're behind a screen. That's the only reason people type shit for real. He said I work for Top Step. That's funny. All right, though. I gotta head out though. Gift professionals. I'll make a video for you guys, but it's gonna be probably back on entries again. Some I'm because I'm trying to help you guys in here, but nobody's really asking like any like solid questions. Like some of you guys are like saying, "Oh, look at this," or "Oh, look at that," but it's like, it's not really gonna help you. I want you guys to understand what you're looking for. Yeah, I can help you with that. I want you to understand what you're looking for, but to be honest, I'm be honest, at the end of the day, regardless of what I say, the only way you're really gonna learn how to trade for real, like literally the only way you're gonna learn how to trade is if you actually do it. Like if you actually like day to day, you're in the markets and you're trading and you're learning your mistakes and you're losing trades and you're winning trades. That's the best way to do it, to be honest. What's so funny? Stop laughing in the background. We got fucking an audience in the background laughing. I'll see you guys later. Mm, and that shit is just jumping.